Well, hi, everybody. This is DearMamaSal, and we're live on a Friday lunchtime, which means it's time for us to talk about coping with feelings. And I have a feeling that it's going to be one of those days. So then why am I saying that? I was all ready to do a broadcast, and when I went to go and click all the right buttons, not the right things happened. I don't know. It's one of those days. So we will just smile and just cope with it as best we can. I'm hoping that you all had a wonderful week and that you will have an even better weekend. And for those of you who might be new to the broadcast, welcome. We are, Dear Mama Sal, are a group of people who get together 3 times a week. Hi there, Jody. We get together at lunchtime on a Friday to talk about feelings. We get together on a Friday evening to talk about life. Normally, that's how to save money and ways to save money while you cook and things like that. And then on Sunday afternoon at 3:30 Pacific, we talk about coping with stress because we all have it. And that is the most important thing for us all to understand is whether we're talking about feelings, life, or stress, we all have it. It's how we manage it, how we cope with it that makes the difference. So today, we're going to be talking about feelings, and as you probably know, feelings are things that you can control. I know you're saying, no, I can't, but actually, yes, you can. And that's what we talk about on a Friday. You might not want to believe that it's true that we can control them, but the truth is, the more you learn and the more you work on coping with them, you will find that your recovery time from being triggered by feelings will improve. And a lot of my viewers will tell you that it's amazing the difference. It's not that you don't feel. Of course you feel. We need to feel. Really important that we feel, but we don't get hung up with it for a long, long time. Things that used to take us weeks to recover from now maybe take you only days. And for those of you who are more evolved, things that used to take you days to recover from now take you, maybe less than hours. And so when you can see that progress, you realize that you can control your feelings. We will all feel, but the thing is, can you get out of the hamster wheel? Now, I don't know about you, but we don't want to always recover from feelings that quickly. What if they're good feelings, right? Don't you want to hang on to those? So today we're going to be continuing talking about self-esteem, because if you've got high self-esteem, that means that you don't get swayed as much by everybody. All right, you know who you are, you're a good person, you're a work in progress, you're not perfect, and so therefore it's really important for us to continue to build our self-esteem. And what we're going to do today is to give you some more examples of how to do that. I'm just reaching up here because I want to get my whiteboard, which of course I've stored up there, because I want to show you something that I saw this week that I thought you would enjoy. There's a reason why I'm looking up here. Oh, I know why. My body knew I needed something else, and I couldn't work out what it was. It's this. All right, so this is what I saw this week, and I thought you would like to see it. These are all the things we worry about if you're normal. Make sense? And as some of you know, these are the things that actually can happen. And then these are the things that actually happen. Now, does that put it in a different sort of perspective about all the things? How much time do you waste worrying about things over which you have no control whatsoever? So the trick is to say, can I control that right now? No. So if you can't control it, if it's out of your ability to control, hang on a second, let's get rid of it for now. Now, maybe it'll come back, but at the moment, we don't need to worry about it. Now we're down to things that can happen. They're factuals, right? They're facts. It could happen and it might not. And so, is there any point worrying about it? Maybe a little bit. Maybe you want to be prepared. You're one of those people that likes to be prepared in case things happen. All right. I'm one of those people. So I like to be in this what if bit, but only because I like to be organized and I like to be, aware. So once I've got my ducks in a row, that goes, and then I just wait for what actually is going to happen. Does that make sense for everybody? And what has that got to do with self-esteem? Everything. What has it got to do with feelings? Everything. Why? I just freed up a whole lot more time for me to concentrate on different stuff that's actually going to help me. So here's my first quote for the day. To love yourself right now, just as you are, is to give yourself heaven. And to don't wait until you die. If you wait, you die now. If you love, you live now. And so part of what makes us feel good is the fact that we don't live in the negative, that we are grateful for what we've got right now. None of us, not one of us, knows that we have a tomorrow. Let's be honest, not one of us. And so from that perspective, part of having a good self-esteem and to feel good about yourself is to know that you need to live in the now, not in the tomorrows. Remember, by the way, to follow us on Facebook and Twitter, because that's where I update you on things and news about people. And also, please remember that what you're going to hear from me is stuff that I either have learned. I'm not a somebody with a fancy bit of paper. And this is stuff I've learned while I've been getting my gray hair, or stuff that I've been researching over the years or whatever. So this is just me to you. I always said if I ever do YouTube, I would like to share what I believe and what I found out. And I am forever grateful to Benji for making it possible for me to be on YouTube so that I could do that. And to all of you for being here and constantly growing with me. And, to me, it's not about just me. It is about all of us, right? We all grow together. And that is the most wonderful part. I wanted to ask you, what do you do when somebody tries to change your point of view? Let's give some thought to that. What do you do when somebody tries to change your point of view? And the reason I'm asking this is because I believe that having self-esteem means that you do have a point of view. Right? You're not scared to have a point of view. I think some of you know my very dear friend Marnie and I have very serious debates. Now, what is a debate? It's where one person has a point of view and then the other person has an opposing point of view, and then this person has another point of view, and this person, and it's very balanced, all right? It's not like you're fighting one another. It's just like, okay, this is my point of view. What's yours? What do you think about that? Well, and then, it just is like a teeter-totter. But at the end of it, we're still great friends. We laugh a lot while we're doing it. It's not the be-all and end-all. It's just my point of view versus yours. And my question to you is that education or manipulation? And that's what I wanted to make sure that you are aware of, that you may have a point of view and somebody's got a different one. Doesn't mean they're trying to manipulate you. Doesn't mean they're trying to manipulate you. All right? It means they have a different point of view. And if you are, as Jody's saying, if you have a healthy friendship with anybody, it should be possible to have opposing views on stuff and not lose them as a friend. And, I don't have any fear of voicing my beliefs with Marnie because, um, over the years, the trust level, I've been able to have totally different views from hers, and we still are the best of friends. And Jody, by the way, for those of you who don't know Jody is our admin. And Jody, thank you for being here. Yes, both sides learn, Jody. You're quite right. And so to me, having a healthy debate with somebody, having my point of view doesn't make me right or wrong. It means this is my point of view at the moment. Now, you give me some more information, I might bend a little bit on that. So that's what I love about my debates with Marnie, is because she comes back at me and she'll go, yeah, have you considered da 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 da? And I go, well, and then she will say, now that you've heard that, what do you think? And I will go, well, now that I've heard that, I'd like to research that. Where did you get that information? Because you know me, I like to know where the source is. And it is amazing that, the conversations we have. And the other thing is to watch our body language. All right. And that's what I love about being on, a face-to-face situation where you can see somebody, because you can hear it on the phone and it's one thing. But when you watch the body language, Marnie does not control her body language. Well, when I was telling her about my brother taking that deworming medication, begins with an I, Invasiatin or something. Anyway, it was just like, and so to me, it was just like, and then she said to me, is he taking the one made for animals or the one made for humans? I said, quite honestly, I have no idea. Ivermectin. Ivermectin? Is that correct pronunciation, Jody? Anyway, so, it's like, hey, that's what he believes. How many of you know that believing something can cure you, sometimes actually works? Now, before you poo-poo it, think about this. When they do studies and they test drugs, how many times do they test the actual product to get versus a placebo? A placebo is they're giving people these pills, but there's nothing in them but sugar. There's nothing medicinal in it. But the fact people are taking the pills make them think that they are being medicated. And so they actually get better. The power of the mind is incredible. Okay, thank you. Jody is saying the correct pronunciation is ivermectin. I've got a mectin. Ivermectin. So I have to link it to something, Jody, so that I can say it again. Ivermectin. Right. Okay. So think about this. All right. The things you're going to hear from me this week, I don't ask you to believe them. All right. I'm asking you to consider them. Consider them, and if it makes sense to you, then you will, perhaps research a bit more or think a bit more and do a bit more about it. I'm not saying that what I'm going to tell you is going to change your life forever. But a lot of people will tell you that are regulars to Dear Mama Sal, just slowly understanding a bit more, getting educated a bit more, has changed their lives in very, very meaningful ways. And so I want to just say that I choose to see discussions of opposing views as education, not manipulation. Education, not manipulation. And where is the difference? The difference is that if you think about it, if my intent is to educate you, then I am not manipulating you. If my intent is to pull the wool over your eyes and deceive you, that is manipulation. All right? Now, ask yourself a question. We all think about a car salesman, being manipulative. Well, yes and no. Some of them are very educational. Wow. Jody's saying, I was stumbling through life until I found you, Sol. Now I'm walking both literally and figuratively. Yeah, you know something, Jody? I think we all help each other. That's the whole point, right? Is that we don't do this alone. I think the fact that we meet up regularly and talk about these things, and we talk about taboo subjects like illness and stuff like that, I think it's important. I think it helps us grow as people. So, talking about that, let us go to our thoughts and prayers. I just wanted to give thoughts and prayers to Erin and Jody this week because they're both struggling with some health issues. And that is really, if you talk about the big circle that I showed you, please, please, please try not to get caught up in what could happen. Work on one day at a time. It's not happening today, so let me enjoy today. We don't know what tomorrow will bring. And so thoughts and prayers to both of you with your situation that's going on. I believe it's tomorrow obviously is a significant day for a lot of people. Number one, it's Charles's birthday. That would be Beth's husband. But also it's 9/11. And I would like to have thoughts and prayers for the family, friends, and loved ones of all those who were affected and continue to be affected by 9/11. And when I say that, it wasn't just 9/11. Now, we had the whole Afghanistan war because of it and so forth, so that a lot of people need to be remembered at this time and constantly, and to give thanks to them for handling it the way they have. Also, I want to just say that the 15th of September is an important day for Erin, very important day. Number one, it is the anniversary of her father, Mark, who I had the privilege to meet. I met Erin as well. But Mark, her father, I cannot talk about him without laughing, because when I met him, I was laughing so hard with Angela that I was literally doubled over. And he must have thought I was an absolutely insane person. But I literally was laughing so hard that I had that terrible problem where I had my legs crossed. I was laughing so hard. I think if any of you have ever been there, you will know what I'm talking about. And my first question to him was, "Hi, Mark, where's the washroom?" And I thought about it afterwards, and I thought, what an incredible way to meet somebody. But he cooked us this incredible meal, and you knew he had such joy in cooking that. It was like a turkey pie. And then we had dessert afterwards, and it was just like, wow, we certainly didn't expect that, but it was wonderful. So it is an anniversary of his passing, but also that is the day that Erin goes in for a liver biopsy. So thoughts and prayers go to her. If there are any other birthdays or major celebrations for you this week, please let us know. I think we have now completed the calendar of rebuilding the database. So if we've missed you, it means you're not on the database. And if you'd like to be, then please let us know. Again, thoughts and prayers for Bernice, as she's struggling with a number of things going on in her life at the moment. So let's just be there for her. My thanks to Lynn for the thumbnails, the little pictures that go up with the broadcast warnings. She's such an angel. She gets great joy out of making them. And the reason I know that, it's because she always makes them, and they always make me smile. I don't know about you, but it's just like this one with whatever it is that she creates, it always makes me smile. And I think that's a wonderful thing. All right, so let's have a look here. It's been a week of situations, as you're going to hear from me, and I want to share those with you. But here's the quote that I want you to think about. Confidence is like, show up every single moment like you are meant to be there. Don't half do things, right? If you're going to study. If you're going to create. If you're going to tidy. I think the word that we're looking for here is confidence is like focus. All right? And when you're focused, you are pretty strong. And would that be true? When you're focused, you're pretty effective. When you're focused, you know what you're doing. When you're focused, have you noticed problem solving is easier? When you're focused, you know that it won't necessarily all go right because you're focused, but your ability to cope with things that go wrong is improved. Yeah, Jody's saying effective and intentional. Yes, good. So let's think about that. And let's think about, what do we need to focus on this week? Hold on one second. You see, I have a sheet that I run all week, and this is like, these are the things I need to do this week, or need to think about and take another step on. But these are the things I need to focus on today. These are the things I need to focus on this week. These are the things that I want to get done this month. But over here are the things I need to definitely do. Does it, it's like, I'd like to get these done today, but really I need to be aware that this is an appointment, or this is something that is an immovable thing. And so when I focus my attention, it gives me room. And by the way, I've talked about this before. What I love about doing this is that I can, for example, just remove something here, because this is an erasable pen. And I'm going to put that back before I forget about it. And so, all the time every morning I update it to see how I'm doing and just move on to the next step. So there we go. Pretty easy done. So let's focus, and that helps our self-esteem. Hi, Jenny. Good to see you. I'm doing well. Thank you. I wanted to talk a little bit before we get on to the main subject about unboxing. Did any of you have a fun unboxing? I got this new top this week to go with my new leggings that I got a couple of weeks ago. I like to be prepared, and so I'm rebuilding my fall wardrobe now. And the funny thing is that I can already feel that I have lost enough weight, and so I've actually ordered up some more leggings, but I've ordered them one size smaller to see if that works for me now, because I'm definitely noticing that even with these, even though they've got Lycra in them, I'm already pulling them up. So I may have to put a couple of stitches in here to loosen it up. But this, I thought, was a nice combination to be just around the house and stuff. And by the way, for those of you who are with me in terms of checking my progress, I am still losing weight, and I'm doing it the healthiest way I can think of. But I don't know if any of you relate to this. Yeah, I'm still obese. That's okay. But the interesting thing is, I'm almost at the stage where, my goal was to get my stomach lower than my boobs. Does that make sense? And I'm still a little bit over my boobs, but I'm getting there. So things are going in the right direction. And the other thing is, even if you are overweight, it's one thing my mommy always said to me that I will remember for the rest of my life. That is, it's not what you wear, it's how you wear it. So think about this. You don't have to wear really expensive clothes to look good. You just need to wear them well. So think about that one. I want to let you know that in terms of unboxing, my new lights for my bathrooms are here. I will now organize to have them installed, which is one of the last steps of the remodeling of my house after the fire. I'm waiting for Yvonne, my dear friend Yvonne. She gave me an Amazon gift certificate for my birthday present. And I'm such a bozo. I tried about 6 ways from Sunday to put that gift card into my Amazon system. Do you think I could do that? And I really felt like a bozo. And then after about hours of playing with this thing. I eventually thought, I wonder if I meant to open this thing, because it's solid. So it didn't look like you needed to open it. It didn't say open it here or anything, but you know me, I thought maybe if I take it apart, it'll make more sense. When you take it apart, there's an actual card in there. And also there is a little thing that you scratch to give you the code that you've been looking for the last 2 hours. Experience is a wonderful thing, people. I know some of you go rolling your eyes going, you didn't know that, Sal? No, I guess I don't get too many gift cards in that sort of packaging. I do now. I know now that I need to get to the card. Anyway, so what did I get with the card? They're both on the way, so you'll probably see them next week. But number one, I got some microfiber sheets for the winter. So that's one thing. And the other thing is I got myself, I don't know if it's going to work, but I hope so. I think a lot of you know I like to do crafts and things. So I got myself a headset that has lights in it and has different magnifications. So when I'm trying to do fine work, I can put this headset on. And I'll let you know if it works. It is going to look funny, but I don't want, to me, it's not about looking funny. It's about, will this help me see better when, in the winter months when there's not as much light and everything? Would it help me do what I want to do better? The other thing or waiting for, and I'll talk more about when I get them, is I'm buying some indoor motion detector lights. I have, I think some of you know, I have some motion detector lights on the floor.